Well, as Lloyd says, as we've been talking, the website's been on the screen, and a lot of the details and the questions, some of the ones that we've been asking, and some of the answers, and indeed the fees are there on the website. And that's a brave move, because a lot of the time it's always, price on application, and you just don't know what you're going to get. I guess one of the things that I've seen is that I applied for a tourist visa for my girlfriend, and it was something I did off my own back. But I was very fortunate, because I work in legally and live here in Thailand, and she works for the same company. But it was still a mountain of paperwork, and the amount of additional information that we put in, which the embassy didn't ask for, but we hoped would help streamline. And we were very fortunate, I think, in as much that we got it. However, if for instance I'd had a girlfriend who came from a job where there was no financial records, and we know that there's lots of girls who work in the bars and the go-go bars, and at the end of the day, all they're trying to do is better their life, meet a nice guy, and hopefully spend the rest of their life with them. So for these girls as well, they don't have necessarily these a trail of paperwork that backs up who they are. But that's really where you can help.
Yes, and to tell you exactly how we would do it would obviously be giving a trade secret array. But if we dig deep enough and we try and find the real truth, then these girls have received money. There is a reason for their existence, and I'm sure we could perhaps help them. But if we come against a brick wall, we will say, look, hang on, we can't find a way around this legally. Years ago, there was the chicken farm, as I mentioned. Everybody works in the chicken farm, and then the British Embassy one day, I think, realised it. There's a lady here that was working in a restaurant in Bangkok. The embassy rang the restaurant up. It was a good job she was officially working there. So they're getting a little tougher. But if we cannot work a way around it legally, then that's why we don't take them on. We'll say, look, you need to do this or you need to do that. If you can do this and this, then that raises your chances, and we'll be pleased to help. But there's no point in taking money off them at the beginning and then saying, oh, well, you haven't got this information, you haven't got that. They're not going to be happy halfway down the line. And we only take a small deposit to start with. The balance is when they get what we call a portfolio. And the smallest portfolio is about 4 centimetres. It's a lot of paperwork. How long ago did you apply for yours?
I guess it was about 3 months ago now.
Okay, well, you got the current form, but there's 20-something pages application. But the backup documentation, we've got one in there that's 3 inches wide, But we should answer every question the embassy's thinking of asking before they think of it. Yeah. And that's the way I try and do it.
Preempt them.
Yes. In other words, how are they going to think if I was in their shoes? Right, let's give them the answer before they think of it. And then when they do think about it, oh, it's there. They can't read the 3 inches of portfolio, but it refers to it, tells them where to find it. So that's what they're paying us to do. But it's no good if we haven't got a basis to start with, because as you said, no trail, no pattern, no money proof, nothing to come back for, and babies don't count. Because everybody has one. For most countries, they do for one. One country keeps them as a very high priority, but most don't. So why would they give a visa? They'll say, we have no reason for you wanting to come back. And we will come to the same conclusion. And if we come to that conclusion, we won't take them on.
We talked about the rates that are on here, and just tying in with what you're saying now. So if people are watching and they're thinking, well, we're thinking about going for it, they can actually come down and you have a free consultation, do you, for the first?
The first is the most important. They've got to get to know us. They've got to. We're going to be moving into them, sort of thing. We want to know everything about them. Kunal, our manager, or Kunjip, my boss, my wife, and everything else. We'll chat to the ladies. They want to find out what's happening. But people like Kunal are experienced in the visa side. They know the visa side, so they'll talk to the Farang as well. When they come here, when we've got all that information, we will make an assessment. Yeah. Now, at that stage, we will say, and it's got to be higher than 50, If they wish to carry on from there onwards, then we're pleased to take their money off them, 5,000 deposit usually, or 10 if they're getting married. If they're not, they can walk away. It's free, but they will have an assessment, which I believe is an honest one, and it's a decision then up to them. So it's free. If they want to see me, then they need to make an appointment sometimes because I'm not here. The one advantage I got at this place, because I'm so old and retired now, is I noticed that the immigration only open from 8:30 to 4:30 Monday to Friday. Right. And I thought that was a great idea. I don't like this 10 o'clock at night business, and so we also like all the Thai public holidays. Having said that, got our telephone number, give us a ring, we'll always come and see them, but you will find our doors closed at those. We keep the immigration, very sensible hours.
But you're a gentleman. In the brief time I've spoken to you this morning, you like to do things by the book. And I guess what Lloyd's saying is that for people who want to come in here, if you can give the full story, I think, to just highlight it, it seems for what you do is you put a line through the stuff that doesn't matter and a line underneath the stuff that does matter, and that will hopefully facilitate the green light from the embassy. Yeah.
Well, we want a positive. We've got a good record, but then as some would say, that's because you don't take the difficult ones. Well, we do take some difficult ones. We get lots of refusals. I've got 2 refusals at the moment. They said, what do you think our chances are? I said, I wouldn't have taken you on if I couldn't have changed the result, in my opinion. I'm not 100% certain till they got it, but I think they will.
Are they people who just went straight to the embassy, or?
One went to the embassy, one went to another visa.
Somewhere else?
Yes. Now, that wasn't locally, by the way. It was in Bangkok, and they were charged 70,000 plus government fees, which is nothing unusual, believe me. And even locally you can get charged that. So we are in a competitive market. There's 2 or 3 competitors around here. We all operate slightly differently. There's a market for all of us. The only difference is that I'm the oldest, I would think, having met some of the others.
Well, Lloyd, thanks very much. Great to meet you.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Okay, I wish you every success with your business, and if you are thinking of any of the things that we've talked about today, get yourself along here to Soi 5, or as it's affectionately known, Soi Immigration in Jomtien, and check out the new offices, and come in and see Lloyd and his team here at Visa Plus. Okay, this is Paul for PMTV. See you again. Bye-bye.